Hi, Dr. Cranky's back again. Hey, remember doing the safety check? We checked if the saddle and the seat post was secure. So we're going to show you today what to do, how to fix it up if either of them are loose. So we've got two bikes here, one here, and we'll get this other one over in a bit. But here's your normal kid's bike, and you can see it's got the seat post collar, the seat post and the saddle. Some people call it the seat. Alright, so when I do this check, just wait there for a second. When I do the check, remember I'm turning this sideways. Oh, that's loose. And also on this one, when I go up and down, it's loose this way as well. So how do we fix those? So I'll get my assistant to bring in the camera here, and I'll show you what to do. So here we have it. On this one, you'll find there's a little Allen key here, or sometimes it'll be a bolt. And you loosen this one off, alright, and tighten it up. Now, as you pull the seat post out, see these markings here? These markings here, those vertical lines? It says minimum. That has to be inside the frame. So you have to make sure that's inside the frame. If you pull it all the way out, you'll see, oh, there's not much left. So if you only have this much, you can bend the whole seat post and sometimes damage the frame. So it's good to have a little bit of grease in there. Put that in. Alright, and we adjust it so it's the right height. The right height for your seat is so your leg is straight at the bottom of the pedal stroke. So if this pedal was down here, your leg will be completely straight at that bottom of the stroke. Alright, so this one needs to be tightened up, so we tighten this one. Well, as you're tightening this, make sure that this is straight. So if you look down there, you can see that the seat post is straight. Bring it a bit higher and you can see it's straight with the frame. So we can see that that's straight, and we tighten this up. And it's pretty tight, tighter than a jam jar, a little bit tighter. Alright, and we check it. Yes, that's tight. Now this one here is a bit difficult, a bit different. If we look up in here, this is what's inside. So the rails of the seats sit on these rails, and this is the bolt you're tightening at the bottom, and up the top it's screwing into another nut. So that's what you see here. So if this is loose, first of all you have to get the reflector out of the way, so you loosen that off and get that out of the way, and then you're tightening, it's usually a 6mm, up in here. You're tightening this one. Now before you tighten, you want to make sure that this saddle, with both wheels on the ground, the saddle is level, so the tip of the saddle and the back are at the same level. So when you find if that's tight, then you tighten this one up here. Now sometimes this can be hard to get into. So for instance, if I took this one, you can see I can't rotate it much until it hits the seat post. So even with a multi-tool it's a bit hard, but I find do that, come back, tighten, and you want to make sure this is pretty tight. It can come loose, and that is tight. Alright, now we'll go over to the big bike. If you want to pause there, we'll come back to you. Alright, we're back again with a different sort of saddle and seat post. Now this one here, when I turn it, I'm not sure if it's the seat post that's turning or the saddle on its fitting here, because it's got a different sort of fitting. Okay, so I'll have to do both of them. So let's just check that the quick release is tight. If I pull this up, you want to remember the quick release. This is the open position and this is the closed position. So I can feel that that's not tight. So I'm going to tighten this up. 1, 2, just try again. A little bit more. There it is there. No, a little bit more. You can also, if you come around this side, you can see. What you need to do sometimes is hold this while you turn the other one. If I turn it, remember, see it's turning at the same time, so I've got to hold this while I tighten the other one. And then I can feel that this is probably a bit too tight now. That's pretty tight. Okay, and then I can see that's not turning. Now I have to tighten this. Okay, I'll get the reflector out of the way. So if you go back a bit, you can see that this is the fitting. The seat post has come up in here, and the rails, it sits on these two rails. So there's two bolts either side, so that it can rotate forward and back. So that's this one here. Now these can be a bit tricky because you're never sure what size nut that is. It can be a 13 or 14 or a 15. You have to try. This one is a 13. So I'm going to tighten this, tightening it, again making sure it's level, and then check again. Oh, I think I've got it. So if this is wound up too much, you have to do the other side as well. Yep, that's pretty straight. Is it level? and then we'll put our reflector back. Oh, there's that little spacer in there that I put in there. Reflector goes back on, and we're set. 1, 2, 3, check. Forward and back, side to side, and we're finished. So our seat post and saddle is secure now. Alright, happy.